Oh my goodness. I get to get ready to the new normal for Coffee with Cam. The unedited. It is so hard, y'all. So hard to not have time to edit. And I'm pretty sure it's a much more efficient use of my time in life. Good morning. Cam here. I just got back from my walk, so I'm pretty fired up because I was listening to some good juicy stuff. That the short of which was talking about shoulding on ourselves. I've done a lot of shoulding on myself. I should exercise. I should eat healthy. I should quit drinking. I should. When we should on ourselves, we are setting ourselves up for failure. So on that walk, it made me think of one of the most significant changes I made in my life that has helped my mental health, that ultimately is my anchor. It really is my anchor. If I'm not doing this activity, I'm in trouble. Because this is my anchor activity, and that activity for me is push-ups. I really, I walk in the morning or in the evening, and in the evening sometimes, not a lot. And I do push-ups every other day. And this is not a, wow, look at how many push-ups I do. I'm so awesome. This is a, are you sitting on the couch telling yourself every day how fat you are, what a loser you are, how miserable you are, how you wish it could change, how if only, how I should. I get it. I mean, the thing is, I was 80 pounds heavier than I am now. 5 years ago. Maybe 5.5 years ago. I just started changing one little thing at a time. Each of those things came from a place of loving myself, not shoulding on myself. And there's a thing like, I always thought women who had nice arms were like kind of sexy. Like, nice arms, kind of sexy. Something kind of sexy about that. I'd never had nice arms. And I had been a little fatty boombalatti for about a decade. And I didn't seem to care much. The only exercise I got was this. Hold on, wait, let me not dump wax on myself. Booze, okay? That's the only exercise my arm got. And mostly it was only my right arm, so I had, got divorced, had to find myself again. I keep having to do that, it's so annoying. I started doing push-ups. And I am going to give y'all some strategies for how you can start doing push-ups too. Because a wise friend of mine once told me, if there's one exercise that you can do with consistency that will be the best for your entire being, from your core to pretty much all of it, it's push-ups. It works like every part of your body. So currently I am doing about 112 push-ups, full push-ups, every other day, and that's it. With the exception of walking, which pretty much I do like a dreaming fairy. I'm out there on my walks like saying hi to everybody and looking at the trees. And this morning I accosted some dog who was on a run with her owner. And the dog was just so sweet, and I just was petting her and loving on her so much, and the owner's like, okay, bye, gotta go. I'm like, okay, bye. I think I need some love. Anyway, I digress. So, getting back to the push-ups thing. When I started doing push-ups instead of shoulding on myself, I started with, you know what, I'm just gonna start with knee push-ups. You'll notice I'm not saying girl push-ups. We gotta get rid of that language. I started with knee push-ups. I started with an app called Just 6 Weeks. I still use that app today because it helps my brain stay on track. And I think in my very first set ever of knee push-ups, I did like 5 or 6. And I did knee push-ups for 3.5+ years. Only knee push-ups. 5 sets of like 50 or 55. That starts to get pretty long-winded, you know? And my arms were fine. It really wasn't so much about my arms. Like, I'm happy with my arms, whatever. It just was taking so much time that I thought maybe I could go to full push-ups. I never believed that I could do them. Even with my knee push-ups, I would see people do full push-ups, and I would try, and it was so hard, and it felt hard on my back, and it felt hard on my body, and I'm like, nah. And I just kept doing knee push-ups. Until one day I said, you know what, I'm going back to the beginning. I'm ready for something more challenging. I'm ready for phase 2 of this whole thing. Me, myself, and I, not because I should, because I want to, and I'm kind of excited about it. And it is actually not the habit. It is not doing something for 21 or 30 days in a row that creates the habit. Do you know what it is? Anybody? What helps us human beings create a habit is the positive reinforcement in our minds to ourselves. Instead of saying, I should go walk. I know I should walk, and then we don't. We feel bad about ourselves, and it just keeps that going. We can say, I'm gonna just go outside and look at the trees and walk up the block, and that's gonna be a win for me. And then we do that, and oftentimes we're like, I'm out here, I'll keep walking. And then we start to feel good about ourselves because we're doing something for ourselves in love, not in shoulding on ourselves, you know? So push-ups has been such an anchor for me, and I was listening to this podcast on my walk this morning, and he was talking about, the book is called Tiny Habits. What stood out to me is he said that he started doing push-ups in his 50s, and he decided that every time he went pee-pee, he would do 2 push-ups, which was very similar to how I kind of started my push-ups. Like, I'm gonna do what I can do. So now, let me just get to my point. Ugh. How can you start doing push-ups if you are interested in doing them? If you need something to feel good about yourself every other day, y'all, this is not a big ask. Start with 1, I dare you, 1 push-up. I'm gonna show you some modified options. I'm gonna show you just kind of the process of where you can start if you're literally couch potatoing yourself and wishing you could change, because you're the ones that I really want to reach. So, number 1. Oh my God, what's happening here? Stairs is a great way to start a modification thing, because well, actually, you know what? You can start with the island. If you start with an island or a counter, it never goes away, but it's really cuddly. Is if you start with an island, then you can really just, I'm slipping. You get my point. This takes a ton of the weight off your body as your arms are adjusting. So you can start with the island. 1, do 1. Then you can move to stairs. And again, with stairs, what's great about these is the lower you go on stairs, I'm slipping. Ah! Okay. Whoa. If you have shoes on, you won't slip. But if you start with a high stair and then go to the next one and then the next one, I'm talking over time, you'll get better. You'll just slowly get stronger and stronger. Then you can go to knee push-ups, which here's my mat. It's always kind of randomly hanging out in my house somewhere. Let's see. All right. Ow. I hope I didn't just injure myself. Mat push-ups. Knee push-ups. Start there. Ugh. I think making sounds is helpful too. again Monday. Work through those. And then you will get to a point of full push-ups, if that's where your goal is. We all know what a full push-up looks like. Who cares? You get my drift. Cam unedited. Start small. Incorporate habits that are tiny in love for yourself, and then you'll have something to feel good about yourself every other day. So if I were you and starting from square one, first of all, I would stop this video or say bye-bye. And then pull up a counter and do one set of 1 or 2 or however many you feel like you can do. Then download the app just 6 weeks. It's free, by the way. And it will walk you through it from there, and you'll be amazed at what happens. I wonder if anybody will do it. I know that if I feel like shit and I'm struggling in my life, that doing my push-ups or getting outside for a walk is like the best thing that I can do. So thanks for watching. Quit shitting on yourself and start loving yourself. Cheers.